Hey everyone, you're watching Sidestep Adventures. It's Robert. I'm out here with Cody and Billy back there, and today we are at the Union Baptist Cemetery. That's the name of it. I keep wanting to say Union Church Cemetery. And we're going to take a pretty quick look around here. The cemetery seems to be relatively well kept, which is always good to see. And we also usually document the unkept ones, the ones we find. But there are a few graves I want to look at out here and show you guys. I think that this was probably an old church cemetery, Union Baptist Church. That's what I would assume. Don't know that for a fact, and I did some real quick research on the internet. Couldn't really find much about it. So make sure you check for comments down there, because there's a great community that I'm very thankful for that watches this channel, and you guys always find out great information about these places after seeing the videos, and I really appreciate that. So with that being said, I'm going to show you the graves we're going to take a look at here, and take a look at that old building back there too. So like I was saying, the cemetery looks pretty well kept, and I see some old flowers out there and back there, so someone's been coming out here. But first grave we'll take a look at out here is Thomas Brady Preston, Georgia, Corporal, 5th Company, 157th Depot Brigade, from World War I. This is World War I veteran, and that's pretty awesome. He was born February 13th, 1891, and died April 4th, 1959. We've got another Preston buried right there, and another one I wanted to point out is this one, because it's kind of getting covered over by this grass. It's Eli E. Melton, it looks like. It's born 1857, there we go, 1857, and died March 18th, 1949. So we've got this great monument right here for the Ansley family. It's William A. Ansley and Nancy Ellen Ansley, husband and wife, and father and mother, it says there. But this one I wanted to pay special attention to since it's broken. It's Lee A. Helms, born December 10th, 1864, and died November 2nd, 1894. Then there's another broken one right here. It's W.M. Thaggart, born December 24th, 1826, and died May 5th, 1897. The bottom it says, a man in whom there was no guile. And the reason I'm paying closer attention to the broken graves is those are the ones that are in the most danger of getting lost, and as time erodes them away. So those are the ones I really focus on documenting, while these out here look like they're in really good condition. So that's the reason I may be skipping over some. This one's probably a child's grave that's broken right there. And this is a rock grave that's pretty interesting. And it's got this monument on here. So this monument's probably much later than the rock grave, but it's kind of interesting what this says. Is S. Roscoe Bartlett, 1875 to 1876, and at the bottom it says by twin brother Oscar Bartlett. So that's a neat touch right there on that stone. Look at this one real quick. This W.A. Bartlett, born June 16th, 1818, died February 18th, 1880. His toils are past, his work is done. He fought the fight, the victory won. All right, so we've got this area over here, which are, there's some rock tombs and a brick tomb right there. We'll read the ones we can read, start over here and work our way into the woods a little bit, where there's some more. This is a Civil War veteran, James E. Short, Company H, 46th Georgia Infantry, Confederate States of America. And so we got some more I want to point out here. There's some Fieldstone markers there. And there's another one hiding right there. And there you can see that Confederate grave we just looked at right there in those weeds. And this one's kind of interesting. This, I guess it wouldn't have been a rock tomb, just the way the rocks were placed around this grave that's unmarked. And here's a child's grave in a brick tomb. And another grave. Maybe this one might have been a tomb, and the rocks have just been moved. There's an old piece of glass on the tomb, probably left over from a vase or something. And take a look at this one. This one's another broken one. There's the top is right there. There's Nancy. There's something at the top. We may see if we can't read the top piece. Nancy Melton, born October 24th, 1800, died August 10th, 1868. Let's see if we can't see what this says. Look at that spider on there. It says sacred to the memory of. All right, and as we walk back over here, these are some of the graves I really wanted to show you guys. Here's one right here that's broken. Then we've got more Fieldstone graves out here, and these are just interesting to me because they're on the outside of the cemetery in an area that's hasn't been mown like that has. There's another one right there. And we've got a bunch of Fieldstones out here, so there's probably even more out here we can't see right away, like that one right there. And that one. Here's one. I just saw this one right here. Let's see if there's anything on it. It says Miss M. Moore. That's all that one says. Another Fieldstone, another Fieldstone. This is another Confederate veteran. It's marked with a Fieldstone and a military stone. It's what's that say? Kilby Moore, Company D, 6th Georgia Militia, Confederate States of America. And we walked by this one without reading it a minute ago. So I may have to kind of move this one so we can read it. Let's see what we can make out. It's Cordelia Ann Moore, born April 20th, 1834, and died 1910. And I guess I'm not going to move that since it's kind of sitting there, and I don't want to put it in a place where it would become fragile. But yeah, these are the graves that I really wanted you guys to see out here, kind of document the ones that are more lost, more in danger, I guess you could say. Although this place does seem to be largely kept up, which, like I said, is always very nice to see. And as always, I can't help wondering the further history of the place, like where the church building used to be and all of that history. It's Mary Elmina, wife of R.A. McCurdy, born February 27th, 1838, died July 16th, 1872. As a star that is lost when the daylight is given, she is faded away to shine brightly in heaven. And as always, we're walking through this cemetery and remembering these people and saying their names, remembering them if just for a moment. But you always got to think about all of the stories, the individual stories of these people's lives that are lost, basically, that you'll never know unless you do a lot of research. Sometimes you can find out, but everyone out here is an individual story and an individual history, and that's just something to think about. It's kind of amazing, really. I'm gonna show you guys this one. This one's really pretty. See if I can get the light on it so you can see it right. This is Asleep, Erin, wife of E.L. Short, May 22nd, 1897 to April 15th, 1925. Gone but not forgotten. And is a child, baby infant son of E.L. and Erin Short, born and died September 1922 in heaven. Here's the one that has flowers placed on it. Read that one. Susan Wall, September 18th, 1833 to May 30th, 1911. Resting till the resurrection morn. It's nice to see someone brought her out flowers. Someone remembers her. And Billy called me over here to point out this one over here. It's a handmade stone. You can see this piece of concrete that someone hand wrote the lettering in, the words in. It's Eula May Rigsby. Born, that's B-O-R-N-E-D, September 6th, 1926. Died April 8th, 1929. Someone's child here. Let's look at this building over here. There's kind of, when I first pulled up here, I thought this was an old church because I saw it from the front. I didn't see the sides of it, but it's kind of interesting. I guess it may be a utility shed for the cemetery that's given up the ghost itself. That's probably what it was. Just kind of interesting to see out here. There's one more thing I want to show you guys before we leave here. A lot of times when I'm looking in the woods looking for cemeteries or old home sites, the vegetation always sticks out, the trees and stuff that would have been planted around cemeteries and home sites. And in this case, when I was walking around here, I noticed this great tree right here, and just thought I'd point that out to y'all. So that's just a it's just a cool looking tree. And there's some kind of shack over here that's fallen to the ground. We'll take a quick look at it. I don't think it's related to the cemetery. It looks more like someone's maybe hunting cabin or something like that. That siding on there looks new, but some of it doesn't look so new, like this doorway right here. But look at the log construction. I mean, that's not very old at all. I'm gonna go with probably someone's hunting shed at one time or another. There's a little bed frame right there. I'm gonna look, see if we can see any of the interior of this building, but again, I don't think it's related to the church. Just some kind of shack. look kind of interesting. Where it was built. Let's see, let's look in here. Nothing really to see there. Some of it looks like old wood. Like this part here looks kind of old. That pine that it's built out of, those logs, I don't think those are very old at all, because that stuff rots really quickly. But kind of interesting. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing this old cemetery with me today. It's always nice to see one of these places that's relatively well kept, and people are still coming out here and remembering a few of the people that are out here, because that is so often not the case. And this is a pretty cool place. It's quiet and very, very peaceful. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all on the next adventure. All right, so we were walking along and Cody pointed this out to me. And this old bottle buried in the ground right here. And I looked up, it says L-O-R-I-L-L-A-R-D, so Lorillard Company at the bottom. And I Googled it really quickly, and it appears to be a snuff bottle, probably from the early 1900s. But that's neat. Out here in this cemetery. And that's kind of funny, because the past couple of cemeteries I've been to, I've ran across some old snuff bottles. But I just want to show it to you guys.